Hey, what's going on? So this is Good Ass Conversations. I'm Taylor. Today we got Josh.
Hello.
What's up, Josh?
What's cracking? How goes it?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling.
Cool.
I'm chilling.
And Josh, how can people find you online? Like, what do you go by?
I go by Lonely Tofu on Instagram, and then I still call it Twitter, but on Twitter I'm _Lonely Tofu _. So those are like my main places, but Instagram's probably like the best place to find me.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hell yeah. So what kind of mediums do you work in?
I primarily work in pen and ink. Sometimes I'll work digitally. If I'm feeling frisky, I'll paint in acrylic or oil, but primarily I'll just draw with a pen on like sketchbooks. So
Nice.
yeah.
Like, so what is the sketchbook for you? Like, how do you think about the sketchbook, and like what do you use it for?
It's funny, I don't really think at all when I'm in my sketchbooks.
Yeah.
I very much don't think at all in my sketchbooks, but it's a place for me to draw, to come up with ideas for pieces. That's like the most practical mode that I use the sketchbooks for, but for a good chunk of the time it's just kind of like where loose ideas go. It's where I kind of have like a conversation with myself and my brain, I suppose, with when I draw, when I like try and do designs, it's definitely iterative, that's for sure, when I work in there.
When you say like iterative.
Iterative?
Thank you. It's like, is that you working out the same things, or like going on into variations of ideas?
Yeah, it's very much a lot of that, where I will repeat the same idea or the same drawing or the same gesture or like the same face or the same hairstyle.
Cool.
Until like it's just somewhat right, but even then there's no like final version of it, and it's a whole lot of like repeating and practice in that regard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so like when it comes to gear,
What do you mean?
like
Gear?
what kind of gear do you like to use? Like, what are the tools that you like to use the most?
I love a good Pilot High-Tech C,
Yeah.
or what's this other pen that I use? It's by Uniball. It's this it's from Uni. It's this Jetstream. I use like really thin pens and like brush pens to like make like shadow shapes. I borrowed that mode of like drawing a lot from designers like Darren Quach or like Emerson Tung or a bunch of other artists that I look up to, especially like Katsuya Terada. A lot of my drawing and design stuff I also borrow from Yoji Shinkawa, who does like Metal Gear and Death Stranding.
Yeah. I actually just copped Death Stranding.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was on sale.
Sick.
It's because like I was watching this one video, and it was talking about a dude who like wasn't really fucking with Death Stranding, and then came back to it like years later, and I was listening to it, and I was like, oh yeah, like I already know I'm gonna buy this, but I was like checking the visuals, like peeking at them every now and then. I was like, oh, this looks like Ireland, like this looks like Scotland. It's like you're in the bog, you're in the fog. I understand it's supposed to be the Americas, but it looked very European, like you're in this sort of like you're going into clarity from like a very like mystical, spooky kind of place. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. Like, I want to see what this is.
It's so wild how like that's supposed to be like the Americas. It's supposed to be the U.S., but then it feels anything but that.
Yeah.
Like, it's America.
Well, I like the idea of like that media just like accepting vibes.
Oh,
and,
dude.
Creating more stuff that's more about vibes and just experiencing like environments and liminal spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's something I used to talk about a lot in community college when I first started going to art school, like liminal space, because I had a professor and he's like, the liminal space. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I love liminal space.
Then me and like a homie started doing collabs. Shout out to Andrew. And, we started exploring like the idea of environment and space and like its effect on like the human body or just how it affected us. And I think that's, worthwhile. I think environment is important. Like for you, like what do you feel is like a environment that you feel really creative in? Like
I feel most creative in like a coffee shop.
Really?
Yeah. Like probably like a one cortado in and like headphones and like in front of my sketchbook. I'm like, that's when like ideas are just going. That's when I'm just, at that point, I'm not even thinking. I'm just kind of feeling and just doodling. Yeah. I feel most like creative like when I'm listening to music.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
It varies, but if it feels like LCD Sound System or like Postal Service.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. if it feels like that, or like Tennyson or Porter Robinson, so it's like it's electronic, but ever so slightly like human and like probably like forlorn, but yeah, I'm just like, ooh, it's like if it feels like a robot trying to find emotions, then like that's probably like what I'm into.
That's your jam?
Yeah, it's my jam.
Do you feel like there's certain visual media that explores those concepts that you're attached to or that you enjoy?
Yeah, definitely movies. Movies for sure. Video games, I think we're mostly indie games in that regard. Yeah.
Because off rip, it makes me think of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's the character Data, and then he was always trying to like tap into what human emotion was like.
That's like the. Wait, are we talking about like the Star Trek with Captain Picard?
Yeah.
Is that the android dude?
Yeah. There's like a movie where it's like they finally got him like a emotion chip.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, oh, and like he's just like wilding out and stuff like that.
He's just like, I can't do this. Just do it.
Well, it was one of those things where it's like they made the story like, oh, he's a better human than most humans.
Oh.
But then because they needed him to be cold, he had to like remove the emotion chip so he could like handle business. I think that's how it goes.
You have to get nerfed.
It's
you have to
been, like, a
nerf
long
him
time.
by not giving him emotions. He like has one of the most iconic lines. I quote it with Andy a lot, but it's just like, are you prepared for the kind of death you burn, little man? Just like,
that's pretty good.
So out of pocket, just, yeah.
So like the subject of a lot of your art, like what are you exploring? Like what kind of ideas and themes do you like to go through? Or what's just fun to you? Like,
what's most fun to me is usually just drawing robots and anime girls.
Yeah.
That's just naturally what tickles my funny bone. That's just tickles my fancy. It's what I enjoy. It's my comfort zone. But I feel like it's those two subject matters kind of like become a sort of conduit for my emotions and what I'm feeling or what I might be just going through. Yeah. I'm still trying to like explore what those mean and also why I always gravitate towards them. But for sure they like feel metaphorical in some way. Yeah.
Like, so for you, like your creativity and your art, how does it serve you the most right now in your life? Like, is it mostly a vessel to understand yourself better, or does it help you understand things that are hard to explain verbally, or?
It's a bit of both of those things. It's definitely a perfect outlet for like if I'm feeling like really strong emotions and I'm trying to figure out what they mean.
Yeah.
And if I just need like an outlet to express those feelings, it's for sure like a great outlet for that. A good chunk of the time it's also like currently serving me as a sort of escapism in some way, because I'm just like, oh, like, or a sort of cry for nostalgia.
Really?
In some way, kind of like remember who you are sort of thing. Even though, or like just like a reminder for myself of the things that I genuinely enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think having that sort of lifeline or connection to like the truth of yourself, or you know, the how do you say it? Like the baseline of all the different versions of yourself is like the things that remain constant, like as you change. I think that's dope.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's for sure an outlet for that. It's interesting how like whenever their times get hard, or like I'll go through like a traumatic event, I'll always come back to drawing, and that's always been like the baseline. Like, okay, here's this, and then like more often than not, it tends to be a sort of like, oh, like people feel something out of this, and it's just like, oh, this is like a baseline of connection too. Yeah, it's interesting.
Do you feel like as you've gotten better at art, that you've gotten better at understanding and exploring like emotions?
Yeah, I would hope so. I would think so. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. On some level, I think I've gotten better at expressing and exploring emotions with my art. A lot of it is like in different layers. A lot of it tends to be like just metaphorical, or a lot of it is like symbolic, and at some point like the final product is just like a robot just like splitting in half. But then for me, I'm just like thinking about like, oh, like the panels are made out of this and that, like to me that reminds me of this material, but then that material kind of reminds me of like the fragility of, you know, just like stuff like that.
Oh really?
Yeah, it gets,
that's dope.
there's a whole lot of like layers to it.
There's
but
layers.
Then like the end product is just like aesthetic. Just, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. And then at some point I'm just like can't really like delve into like everything.
Yeah.
So I just gotta accept that like this has got to be at least like super nice to look at, or like something I like to look at. And also if it could connect with people, that's fine by me. Like there was a point in time where like I really wanted something to say everything, and like I would like want to over explain, but then I think that nowadays there's like a beauty in just accepting that like this is how it'll look like, and this is how people could take it or leave it, and then just let it have its own life and let it do its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was talking about that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just for the sake of the recording, it's the 13th of June.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure like when this is going to get published, but we're talking about technology and how sometimes, you know, like inventors can have like the best of intentions, but you never know what happens when you put something out into the world.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
And I think it's like that with creativity. Only, you know, I don't think art is typically used like a weapon or like a tool as much as inventions or technology.
Oh, for sure.
I think it definitely does get used in those ways. And to me, it's more of like a soft power. You know, it's there, but it's more subtle. And it may have actually like a long-term effect.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because another thing we were talking about was just like ideas
Yeah.
and how ideas, in a way, like they outlive people. And if the art survives, you know, sometimes the ideas can live generations. You know, like not to be disrespectful to anybody or anything like that, but I think the Bible is like a piece of art.
Yeah.
You know, and there's many collaborators, and that's had a huge impact.
Dang, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, because there are like different authors for different books in the Bible. Oh, dang, yeah, you're right.
And to me, there's like parts I like. I haven't read the whole thing. That's intense for me. But there's parts I like more than others.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just like really interesting.
Dang, yeah.
But like the pyramids, you know, it's like that's architecture, and we don't know what that is. But it really does capture a sense of curiosity and mystery, and it's like it drives people in a certain regard. I'm sure at different points in history, it's affected people in different ways. You know, but it's like amazing. There's plenty of examples we could start pulling out. Like I would love to go see like the pyramids in Mexico.
Me too.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of my friends have, and I'm like the odd man out.
Thanks for the invite, guys. Just like,
well, it's sort of like they've already done that, been here, done that. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, like I'm not native to Cali, you know, like
little 8 till 8, like drawing session near the
Yo.
pyramids. That'd be crazy.
drawing session at the pyramids.
Yeah, dude.
That would be lit.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I think like ideas have the power to like carry on past multiple generations.
Yeah.
And you know, some things like gain hype through time, and some things die out through time. So it's pretty interesting. Like, do you feel like getting into art has allowed you to connect with people more?
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
1000%. I wouldn't be talking to you, or like maybe like talking to you wouldn't be like this had it not been for art. Yeah. If I didn't draw, if I didn't draw and do like illustrations, I wouldn't have hung out with Andy, who's like the homie who like brought me to this festival, and that festival is where I met Juan. And like, had it not been for Juan, I wouldn't have, like, you know, this
We wouldn't
all
have
these
met.
little chains.
The dominoes all came together. Yeah.
All the little chain links. But yeah, art has for sure been a really great vehicle for connection, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface. I feel like I'm always like barely scratching the surface with it and what it could do.
Well, I like what Mikey says. It's like one of those things that's infinite in a way.
Yeah.
Like, it's bottomless in terms of depth and exploration. Like, there's so many, so much to learn and explore. It's just dependent upon like your curiosity and like what it's doing for you. Do you feel like you need more solitude to be like truly creative, like in the pocket, like in the flow? Or do you feel like you need like a certain amount of community? Like it's better to maybe like come up with certain aspects of things around other people?
I feel like it's a good balance of both for me. Or no. Nowadays, it's mostly been a lot of solitude.
Really?
This is when I'll be in that flow. But when we had the 8 till 8 drawing sessions, like some of like the best sketches like happened there. And I was just like, this is community. And then like, I don't know, just when you're around like-minded people, when you're around people who are like sprinting towards their own journey, it kind of inspires you too. And you're just like, oh, I want to, like, there was a pace that was like set in that room that I'm just like, oh, I want to get at it too. It was just cool, and we all just like kept like inspiring each other, and It was sick. It was like a relay race, you know? It was like, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, your turn. And they're like, keep going. It was so sick.
Well, you would do like a bunch of like collaborative drawings with Juan and Mikey too.
It was fun.
So it's like the idea of creating a singular piece between two people where it's like flow and you're not talking about it so much. You're just like taking it to a certain level and then taking turns.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like a new experience for you?
Mm-hmm. And very much one that I'd like dreamt of and like always wanted, but never knew how it would like ever play out.
That's dope.
Yeah. The little like back and forth of like, I'll just make these marks and then hand it off to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sick. Yeah, I want to do that again.
Yeah, y'all are making some pretty dope pieces. Like, have you ever thought about making like a more fleshed out like project as a collaboration?
Oh, as a collaboration? I don't know. Or there was I remember Juan mentioned something about like a zine or like a comic sort of situation.
Yeah.
And kind of like heavy metal.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it would be a lot, but it would be sick. Just like different artists and different worlds. And like his characters would like enter like a realm that like I drew up, and then it was just, I don't know, that would be crazy.
That would be pretty cool.
But it would take a whole lot of like coordination.
Yeah, like I have an interest in doing like a zine type comic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something simpler. But it seems sort of daunting because it's a big commitment, and then it also seems like more work than what it looks like.
It tends to be, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's just like, oh, I want to make this comic, and then like, oh, actually, you need to like do this, and this,
Mm-hmm.
and then even like printing something, like
That's what would be so sweet to me, like having the line work like in hand, you know, like photocopies of it, or
oh yeah,
like the layout pages. Like printing is sweet to me, like that like gets something in my brain going. So having the printed comic, like you've already put in the work, you've made the master file that can be replicated, and now you can make duplicates. That's dope. I really enjoy that. Gets me going.
I don't know, like the different iterations of like coming up with a master file for print, because there's like different versions of that, and like, I mean, yeah, the final product is like the final product, and it's always cool, but like there'll be like early versions of certain things where it's like, yeah, I liked how this page looked, and that even feels a little bit like originals, and those kind of like take on a, maybe the collector in me kind of like sees that and just thinks like, oh, like, but do you have this version of this book, or like this version of this zine?
Yeah, I feel like variants.
Yeah.
I feel like variants are really dope, but I think I enjoy variants more when it comes to clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like different colorways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like to me, like where I want to go in my mind is that takes me into like clothing design, and it's like, because I'm trying to think of things where it's like I really enjoyed the variants as much as like I really enjoyed the different colorways of like a certain style of clothing. I feel like more often I enjoy the different colorways in like a piece of clothing as opposed to like I like variant covers and stuff like that, but I think I get more excitement from clothes in that regard. It's like recently, so like guilty pleasure, I like this comic called Snot Girl. Do you know about Snot Girl?
That's a guilty pleasure to you?
Yeah.
Why is it a guilty pleasure to you?
Because it's like,
That's my jam.
that's your jam?
This is one of my
Fuck yeah.
favorite comics.
I was gonna ask you before we started recording, It's like, yo, have you ever read this?
Bro, I went to a signing with
You went to a signing?
yeah, with Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung.
Yeah.
It was so sick.
That's dope.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Like, that's the whole reason I love that comic, because her art is like so good to me. Like,
Have you seen her like early work?
no, I haven't.
It's so sick.
The new ones that I got, they have like her pencils in the back, and that's like one of my favorite parts. Like, just the raw drawings, so good.
I love her work so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the comics.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like Felix Comics or something like that. You can buy her, like her panels. Like, you can buy her drawings and stuff like that. They're like a grip, but it's almost worth it. Like,
I think so.
the right character, I would cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or certain pages, yeah. I
Yeah.
would for sure. I think I know what you're talking about. I did like, there was like somewhere online that I saw where it's just like different pages of comics and their originals. And I'm like, yeah, I'd spend like a rack for that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I got one of the newer Snot Girls, and I guess they had like a variant cover.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one where it's like, they make the characters look sort of like Bratz dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the other variant where they just look like regular characters.
Mm-hmm.
I much prefer the regular characters over the Bratz doll,
Yeah.
covers. It's like, it's cool that it's cutesy and it's like 2000s throwback, and I get that that's part of the whole aesthetic.
Uh-huh.
It makes sense in terms of a variant, but I really like her drawing so much.
Oh, me too, dude.
That I just want the regular. Give me the regular fucking covers.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see like because I think it's Brian Lee O'Malley who does like the variant covers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense, because they're more Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, cool, but you know what I really want.
Yeah, I'm here for Leslie. Like.
Yeah. I'm here for dairy free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like about what they've been doing since they returned, it seems like they got someone else to do lettering.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's like in the first run, the color, how they colored like the letterbox or the speech bubble boxes, it seemed like it was aesthetic in that it was like conveying like e-girl. And I'm like, cool, like this is e-girl, but it didn't really match like what was going on in the scene. So to me, it's almost like the dialogue was almost taking away from the art in a weird way for myself.
Yeah, I kind of felt that for the beginning.
And
Just a smidge.
the new person that they got for like lettering or coloring, it's like, it's choice. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah?
Like, no shade on the original like colorist, but the new person is like, it all comes together. It all flows well. There's much more flow in the pages. It's beautiful. It's dope. Yeah. So you're really into fashion too. What got you into like fashion and stuff like that?
You ever heard of the video game or the MMO Maple Story?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
How did that get you into fashion? Like, I've never played it, but like.
So it's an MMO. It's anime inspired, mostly in like the chibi form. But it was like the 2000s early internet thing where, or just I'm pretty sure it's in most MMOs, but there's cosmetic items, and you have like the normal like in-game gear that you could buy with the in-game currency, or you could spend real money and get some fits off,
Yeah.
and it was in that game, or already just like playing Maple Story, I was just like, oh, these characters look sick, and then like they always had like cool gear, but then once you like spent real money to get like regular people clothes, or at least like real life looking clothes, it's just like, oh, this is sick. And then I don't know, it just was like a whole lot of dress up with that. And then but it was mostly Maple Story that got me into fashion. That and also, or actually no, just a whole lot of like character customization in video games.
Really?
Yeah, that's what really got me into fashion. Now I think about it. And I guess that also encouraged a lot of like creativity and also just, oh, you could like do stuff yourself. You could make something look like something you'd like. So, but primarily MapleStory was like the catalyst for fashion, which trips me out when I really think about it.
That's trippy to me.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't care. Or, I don't know. That's not true. I feel like there probably was something else. Probably were other outlets for it, but yeah. It started off with MapleStory and like just character customization in video games, especially MMOs. And then it became like my brother showing me sneakers. And then I'm like, oh, sick. And then like you kind of go down that like streetwear rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And then and then at some point it becomes like this like encyclopedic knowledge of like sneakers and certain like brands. And then especially with like music videos. And yeah, it's just like this weird tree of like different things.
Yeah.
Like there was like a Travis Scott music video for it was for Mamacita, and
I remember that one.
yeah, it's one of my favorite music videos for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because like the transition from like the first track to like the actual song. My brother said this like when we were watching it, he was just like, yo, he's like a Sith, and like that, like that sounded sick to me. So I was like, oh, that's sick. And it was just like aesthetic, and it's dark, and I'm like, oh, I'm into this. And then, but I was just so into like that weird, like grungy 2010s look. But what happened was he was wearing this like weird robotic looking pair of shoes. It was like a pair of like Instapump Furies from Reebok, specifically like this like collaboration with Bape. And like just having that sort of knowledge and just like going down that rabbit hole, and like it like turned into like these different videos and just research and just marinating in like different things. But it all starts off with like one little thing and then becomes like 1,000 other things, and just like stay within that realm. So yeah, I don't know. And then it becomes like a weird, it's like dude, it's just weird how it just goes from video games to this, and then like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm looking at avant-garde runway shows.
Yeah. You're watching Bliss Foster.
It's just, dude.
He's talking about the most like niche shit that's coming out of like Japan / Norway or something like that.
It's like, how do we get here? But like, what's cool
can trace
about
it
that,
back.
It's kind of cool how like even then like that community and those like niche subcultures, like they're all kind of like draw reference from the stuff that we're into too. Like some of them are just like let's say Undercover, like they did a whole thing with like Evangelion. So it's just like, it's really cool to see that like these different worlds creatively, they're not as like far apart as they probably were perceived to be at some point. Like nerds and like people who are in high fashion, it's just like that could never be. But like the truth is, it's just like
they've always been. Yeah, for sure. It's weird to me though, like how I feel like in my experience of like going through different kinds of creative communities, like the fashion nerds or the fashion kids, where are they? You know, it's like,
which ones?
I just, you know, I feel like every time I've come across them, it's like very random. Like it happens the least, you know, like I don't know what it is, but like, of course, like I come across a lot of musicians. I think because I am into illustration, even though like I don't necessarily think of myself as practicing it the most. Like I come across a lot of people who are into like draftsmanship and illustration. Somehow I come across the theater kids. let's see, what other kinds of groups do I feel like I come across? The printmakers and the ceramicists, of course.
When you say fashion kids, or like,
yeah, the fashion kids is like,
what does that look like? Who do they look like to you? Is this person into like archival stuff? Are they into like what's new, or like are they into like the production side of things, or?
In my mind, where I immediately go is like they're shoppers.
The shoppers.
It's like they're collectors first, and then if they really get the bug, it like turns into, now I got to make designs. Now I got to create. Like, usually they're collectors / curators.
Yeah.
And it starts with their personal expression of like what they wear. And then I met people who you don't even know that they collect, and they just wear the same stuff a lot. But then you get into it with them, and it's like, oh yeah, I got this crazy collection. And then slowly they start like pulling it out on you, like in their fits. I'm like, oh shit, I had no idea.
Those fools are crazy.
Yeah.
It's like the most regular looking outfit at first, but then like once you get to know them more, and like they start to reveal like, oh yeah, this pant is actually like vintage Yohji Yamamoto. This sweater is actually like really old Issey Miyake, but I just have these.
Yeah.
It's like, what the?
All right, bro.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's dope.
You could tell by like the little gusset at the armpit. Mm-hmm. It's just like, you could tell by the, I don't know.
You collect, right?
Sometimes.
When did you start collecting?
Probably around, it was a lot more intense around like COVID, especially COVID, because like, I think what it was subconsciously, because we couldn't go anywhere. It was like this thing where it's just like, oh, like, and because of the stimulus checks, it's just like, oh, well, I can now buy things, but it's just this fantasy of like, oh, like I could, if I could be out there, I'd wear this. And then like, we came this like rabbit hole of just like looking at different designers and different things, but it comes in waves for me. But I guess not so much waves, or I don't know, maybe it's because I work retail and I'm around clothes these days. It's less, the waves aren't so much into what I buy, but more so aesthetics. But if that makes sense.
A little bit, like the waves of what you buy versus personal aesthetics. So it's like, is that almost like you're maybe like you're buying for your closet, but then at the same time you're buying for a season that you've yet to start dressing in, or is it like that? Is that what you mean?
I think that's what I mean.
Or it's like you're building the future fits, and then
COVID for sure was like, these are the future fits, and then nowadays it's just like, well, this is what I wear. I'm buying for what I wear, and like because where I work encourages a lot of like buy sell trade. A lot of it is pretty cyclical, and like I get to return some of that stuff, and I get to like get credit out of it. So.
Oh, cool. So like, because of work experience, you understand like the whole financial ecosystem of like vintage clothing
on some level.
Yeah. I feel like when I started to understand that like clothing were pieces, like art pieces, and that they could last a long time, I think that's when like clothing started to change for me to a certain degree.
Yeah,
like when I was like a kid, like I really enjoyed like unique clothing, and you know, like my mom or like my family would get me like hot shit, and then there was a period of time where all the hot shit went away. You know, it's like, okay, we're broke now, fuck that. And like then going into like being a teenager, it's like I didn't just clothes for utility, you know. to me, it's almost, I like relate it to food. I relate a lot of creative stuff to food because you can eat for like nutrition or utility or survival. But then when you understand like how to cook, and you start to understand ingredients, like you can start to like mix it up.
Oh dang, yeah.
And then like you can start eating for like nutrition and flavor, or like you can have like
yeah.
And I remember there's like this we had like this dude living with us, and he's from Pakistan, and he's super cool. He's like a character, and he's like, why are you wearing this shit? And he's like into Versace and Prada and stuff like that. And he was like, we're going to the mall right now. I was like wearing like Target jeans or some shit like that.
Oh.
He's like, I'm gonna buy you a pair of jeans and it's gonna change your life.
Oh really?
And he bought me a pair of Guess jeans.
Yeah.
And Guess was really hot at the time.
Oh,
or it's
gotcha.
like, it was, he just wanted me to be in some other shit. He's like, you need to respect yourself.
That's wild.
And I got those Guess jeans and I loved those jeans. And I wore the shit out of them. And I was like, oh, like there's different experiences within clothing, and like what you wear can definitely like change how you feel or change how people perceive you. And then I started to like understand image more. But then it's like when I was getting into like the end of like when I first went to college, before I went to community college, I started to understand that like, yo, you don't need like designer brands to pull off fits.
No, you don't. Yeah.
And like I was starting to pull off what would be like early hipster fits.
Like 2010s, like
no, like thrifted, like tracksuit stuff. Like, oh, here's like old Olympic tracksuit jackets with like some like colored jeans and some like Kool-Aid Reeboks and stuff like that, you know, like really getting more into color and just being sort of like a little bit louder and stuff like that.
you're talking like a Jeremy Scott looking, you know what I mean?
A little bit, but like, well, just like fun, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I loved like fucking Pro-Keds, or like I had some hot pink Kool-Aid Reeboks.
That sounds sick.
And I had some like Skittle colored Pro-Keds and stuff like that with like a yellow dominant and like a pink. Just like loud sneakers. I loved sneakers for a long time. And I remember like I was trying to be like a sneakerhead, and I just had to let it go because it's like
Yeah.
it was I started when I realized like I had a problem when it came to white sneakers, and anytime they got dirty, like I had to clean them at the end of the day. I was like, this is a problem. I can't do this shit anymore. Like, I live in the fucking city. These get dirty every fucking day.
Yeah,
I
dude.
can't spend my nights just cleaning white sneakers. So I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tried to be a sneakerhead?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I fucking love sneakers. So
This seems to be like where it starts for a lot of us, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Is there like a grail shoe that you sometimes like think about, like if I had this, it would be pretty sick?
Well, there used to be a time where I was like very much about Nikes and stuff like that. And now I don't like rock Nikes. And okay, cool, thank you. Like now, like I would love. Have you ever seen the shoe surgeon dude in LA?
I think so, yeah.
Where you can pay $5,000 and like go and make sneakers.
Oh, dude, yeah. He did like, yeah, he does like custom versions of shoes, right?
Yeah. Like I would love to go make my own Nikes or something like that. But like now, like I'm not gonna wear Nikes. So to me, it's like Reeboks when it comes to sneakers. I know there's like the crazy like Tom Sachs sneakers and stuff like that. But what I would love to have is I would love to have the Reeboks that they made inspired by the Alien movie.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
those
yes,
are so
I do.
sick. Like
Those are crazy.
Yeah.
I love those.
yeah.
Those are like the yellow, like striped ones, right?
There's two.
There's
one
like
of
a
them
gray
is
one.
the yellow, and they're sort of like boot-esque.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some high tops with some straps,
Mhm.
and then the other ones are jet black.
Oh, I don't think I saw those.
Yeah,
ones.
they're the alien colorway.
Oh, that's the one that's like supposed to be
Yeah,
like a xenomorph.
it's like xenomorph colorway.
That's sick.
Yeah, and they're like sort of shiny a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What about you? Do you feel like there's like like hard to acquire sneakers that would be dope to have?
Yeah, probably. For me, it's probably like some form of like the Insta Pump Fury, specifically like the original like Volt and like red colorway, like the original. They're so loud, but they look so cool. To me, it's just like it's like a heritage sneaker sort of situation for me, where I'm like, this feels like looking at like the Australopithecus afferensis of like weird and cool.
Yeah.
It's just so like, it looks mechanical, or like some form of that. That's like one of my favorite sneakers. I don't really wear them as often as I used to, but yeah, I have I have a pair that's like a collaboration with Future, but like they don't outright say it, but there's just this promo of him like talking about the sneaker. It's like, these are branded, and it's just like it's just a big old R on like a white sneaker, and it's just it looks cool. They look weird, but I love those. Yeah, some form of Insta Pump Fury. Yeah, those I like those shoes. Yeah, or yeah, no, I'm kind of like in like a weird like post sneaker phase, as some people are calling it, where I'm not as into sneakers, but really into boots right now.
Yeah. There's this dude that I do collaborations with sometimes. Shout out to Orlando. And like he put me on to this this company in Mexico, and they make really nice boots. And it's like, I wanted to get some for my sister's wedding last year, but it didn't come together.
Yeah.
But ideally, once I get some other, financial obligations taken care of, like I'm gonna cop some boots. They're like $200, but it's worth it. Yeah, I mean that
sounds really worth it.
It's not crazy in terms of like buying clothes, but I feel like now that it's like coming to light that like a lot of things that have been very expensive don't necessarily have the craftsmanship to like back it up in terms of like price value. Yeah, it's like, it's not like super crazy in terms of like buying boots, but at the same time, like, they're well made.
200's like a pretty well made boot, I would think. Yeah. A lot of like my favorite boots or a lot of like boots that I look at, they're around that like price range.
What are some? Go ahead, like drop some game on us.
No, dude. I wish I could look at like $200 boots and like, yeah, that's it right now. I'm like, for me, I've kind of like gone down a little bit of like the rabbit hole where like some stuff is just like a little too niche, or like a little too like on the upper end, where I'm like, I know I'll more than likely not have those.
Yeah.
But it'd be sick to have them. But, and like maybe it's because of like the sneakerhead world, where a lot of shoes resale for like thousands.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
So that already has like skewed my brain with prices.
Yeah.
But like Guidi boots or like Margiela like tabbies, like those are like in the thousands, but it'd be sick to have. It'd be silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those would be cool.
Like last night we were getting into this whole conversation about money.
Yeah.
And I think, everybody has their own relationship with money, and money occurs differently to different people. And people put different value on different things. So my thing is like, like, I don't think there should be shame like in acquiring money.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing it like as ethically as possible a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think material things are the end all be all, but it's nice to have things. Like I understand, like I'm very grateful for having what I could call like the bare minimum, you know, because I've gone through periods of my life where I've gone without, you know, and I don't want to aspire to be in a level of society where I feel like disconnected from a lot of stuff. And then it's just like I'm just all about the material, you know? Like I'm about balance. But then, you know, when you get in already like selling art, and when you really get into it, and I think when you believe in yourself too, and you look at people who do it on a high level, you know, pricing art is such a crazy thing sometimes.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that kind of like also skews like how you view prices of things too.
Yes. Yeah.
Because of being creative and because of like doing art, certain things I'm like, yeah, it would make sense why it would cost that. But then like throw me into like a different world where I'm like, fishing is like costs this much? It costs what for a license? Or just like
when it comes to shit that you don't like really rock with, the money.
I'm like, it's a little expensive for a pair of boxing gloves, don't you think? It's just like, but then like in like another world, I'm like, oh, like that piece for sure. 4K. Down for that.
It's really interesting. Part of my current job is my boss has like a side business where he resells things. And like he'll acquire stuff, and sometimes I feel like since I started working there, he's been acquiring things that he's been selling for like higher and higher values. And it's really broadened my mind in a certain regard, because it's interesting what people will assign value to, and certain things you just know, or I have a personal feeling that they'll just like fly off the shelf. You know, someone will snatch that up on the internet real quick. It's just interesting. It's like, it's broadened the horizon, you know, broadened the understanding. Like when we were hanging out after he had sold the Homestuck book, and I didn't know what Homestuck was. And the dust jacket was like a difference in $200.
That's crazy.
You know, I think the book went for like $400 or something like that. But I didn't even know what Homestuck was. You know, it's like there's all these tiny worlds, there's all these tiny niche worlds. And
Homestuck?
You never know like what people have connections to or attachments to, and like what kind of value that provides for them.
Oh, 1000%, yeah. That's so crazy.
Like I didn't even know about this, but I understood. Like when I looked at the publisher and I saw what else the publisher was connected to, I was like, oh, like the publisher doesn't just like publish unknown stuff. Like this must have been big. And then when it like leapt off the shelf for like, you know, under 500, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like
that's so wild.
But what was wild to me is like a dust jacket on a book is like worth 200.
Collectors.
Yeah, collectors.
That's crazy. I'm into it.
Yeah, like I can appreciate it. Like I've definitely been a collector in my life. You know, I've collected movies.
Yeah.
You know, many times over.
Yeah.
I've collected vinyl records.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, that's a big. You can lose.
That's a whole other.
Yeah. It's a beautiful. But then at the same time, it's like, it's sort of like realizing like, oh, like it's just stuff too. Like, you know, like something could happen and you gotta let it go.
That yeah.
Do you think for you and your experience, like collecting, does it ever border on like obsession and addiction?
Oh, 1000%, yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're trying to like address some other issue via collecting?
Probably. More than likely. I mean, there was also like another thought process whenever I did get crazy with like my collecting, where it was like, well, at least I'm buying this and not like going down like a different rabbit hole that could like possibly hurt me or hurt others.
Yeah.
So, but there have been points in time where I'm like, oh, I have a problem. I need to chill out.
I need to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like early college, but also on some level it was helpful for education, I guess, and for inspiration purposes. But I like got heavily into like model kit collecting.
Really?
Yeah. And it got bad, bro. There was like, I like knew like the schedule. At some point, like I had it down to like a science, where like, oh, once this releases, then like it'll take like a couple weeks for it to hit the States, and once it hits the States, it'll take a couple weeks before it hits like Barnes and Noble. And it's just like, I had like a weird like schedule with it.
Yeah.
And a good chunk of those kits, I don't even like care for the design of like the mech, but I just thought it was like sick because like also there were like technological advances with like, oh, like this mech has like these joints, and it's just like it got crazy. But I had to chill because like there was, at some point I was just buying just because like, oh, like this is like the next and greatest thing, and just like, but I don't really care for this robot. So
getting caught up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Would you just like have kits that you wouldn't even like assemble?
Yeah, I still have like a backlog, admittedly. Nice. So
did you ever like come up with ideas about what you could do with those kits?
Yeah, there was, some of them I would like buy just so I could like harvest parts and like hopefully do like some crazy like kit bash situation. Yeah.
Cool.
Just a whole bunch of ideas that like didn't really come to fruition because I got like distracted by something else. Yeah, I was gonna make like headphones with like
model headphones.
Yeah, because like there was this one artist in Japan who was doing that, and then they were relatively unknown at the time, but I was like seeing their stuff on like Tumblr and Pinterest, and then I was just like, oh, I want to do that, and then like I started to do it on my own. And then just like bought a bunch of kits for like parts. That was a fun time. But yeah.
That sounds dope.
But it got bad, bro. I was just like, I don't even need this.
Man,
what am I doing?
I feel you. Like, I've been in like phases of collecting stuff where it's like, you know, I'll get the shit and then I don't even enjoy the shit, you know? And really it's just like hoarding, and you know, it's like the shop therapy, which isn't really therapy.
No.
You know, I think it's just more so like it gives you a temporary like resting place, but it doesn't really like address like the underlying feelings or like the underlying cause of the feelings and stuff like that. So when I get into it, sometimes like I gotta check myself and like, oh, like I gotta move this in a different direction, you know? And also it's just like I'm building like a much better relationship with money now.
I like that. Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever been like too crazy where I'm just like looking, you know, overdrafting because I gotta have some shit. I feel like now, you know, it's like I got more responsibilities, and I'm very grateful to have those like bills and responsibilities.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because they allow me a certain element of freedom. And I notice for myself, like when I really get on like a tear of like buying shit, it's because I feel like I have like a lack of freedom, I think. Or it's like, recently I made a new affirmation for myself when it comes to making things, because I think a lot of the time making stuff, being creative, making any kind of stuff helps alleviate some of those feelings that I might have. But I've definitely been someone who's like, I need this sort of gear to make this sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
Or it's like, even like, bro, like I need this album I need these art tools.
Yeah.
And I need this fucking shirt in order to make the thing, or to do the thing, or to go talk to said person to complete the thing.
I need all the gear to go hiking.
Yeah. And recently I've just like been like, yo, like I don't need the technology, I don't need the gear in order to make like great art, or like what I consider good art, you know, or to be creative. Because I think I've finally come to this point in my life where I understand it's like, this is about other shit. And like really like, if I spend my time doing a creative activity, or like an activity that like exercises my body, like it'll actually be therapeutic, as opposed to like, you know, just like, you know, like it's done.
These are symptoms of another issue. Yeah.
I bought some shit today that I know I don't need, but I'm gonna enjoy it later.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I understand, like I bought that shit because it's a byproduct of feeling a certain way because of, you know, work obligations, you know, like feeling restricted, feeling less expressive.
It's probably why I bought this book right here, honestly.
But that book slaps.
It does. It probably could inspire me, but in all honesty, it's just like I have so many sketchbooks I could just look back at it and be like, oh, sick. But yeah. But I need inspiration, bro. I need something to spark me real quick.
Keep it going?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an engine and it needs fuel.
Yeah.
What are other things that you use to like keep it going? Like keep...
I want to be more diligent and more turn it into like a discipline of sorts, because I'm finding that like it does fuel me, but going on hikes and being in nature, I need more of that, bro. Like for me, it kind of like turns into a sort of like method acting sort of situation.
Really?
Yeah. Where I'm like, oh, I get to be like my character right now and just go out in nature and go exploring.
Yeah.
I feel like I need more of that, but that's one outlet. For
Adventure and exploration is like definitely a big thing that I desire and like seek out.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know if we were talking about this like before we started recording or not. That's always been something like I wanted. Like it's part of my personality. And when I couldn't do it like physically, like IRL, like real world or shared reality, I would do it virtually, or I would do it through books, or I'd do it through movies. Just like exploring, you know, like trying to learn more about what it is to be human or get different people's perspectives. But I really do enjoy like firsthand experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And to me, like going hiking and going into nature and stuff like that, it can be like low risk. You know, it's like you can get a lot of value for a little bit of risk.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah. You're just walking.
Yeah.
You're just walking in nature.
Yeah. You did like potato chip recently, right?
Yeah.
Did you go in through the lakeside?
Yeah, I went through the lakeside.
Yeah.
That was like that's the longer route, right?
It is the longer route.
Yeah. I underestimated how like it feels. It's gradual, but it's kind of a lot. I'm like,
it is.
It just seems so chill.
When you get to the rocks and stuff like that, because to
have
me,
you gone?
Yeah, I went last year for the first time. Because when I first moved to California, I was going and hitting up all the trails like solo.
That's sick.
Yeah, like my homie showed me Iron Mountain because I had a friend who used to live here, and I've known him since high school. And he moved back to Texas, but the first time we linked when I first came out here, he's like, "Hey, like I'm gonna take you to Iron Mountain." We did Iron Mountain. I was like, "This is lit," and it was great because it's like my experience was like when I first got here, I think a lot of it had to do with not only where I was living, but also just how I was being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was getting the cold shoulder from a lot of people, just like, you know, strangers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went hiking with him, all these strangers were like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey. And I was like, how come everybody's nice to you? And like, people are like shitty to me. He was like, I don't know, bro, maybe you need to switch some shit up. And we did Iron Mountain, and I was chilling. And I was like, oh, I want to see what else is out here. And of course, like I did Torrey Pines and stuff like that. And I did Potato Chip solo, but I went the other way, like the easy way. I was like, this ain't shit. Like,
wait, is that the one with the big rocks and like you're on what is it? You're on asphalt?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the easier way?
You go. There's a route through Potato Chip, and it's asphalt
Okay.
up to the rock,
Uh-huh.
and it's super easy compared to going through the lakeside.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've heard otherwise. People are just like, that'll kick your butt.
I don't know.
It's steep.
It's steep, but it's not like fucking going through the lakeside. We were climbing all those rocks. I just never knew when it was gonna end. Like, it just felt like it kept going. It's like, here's the next level.
Yeah.
Here's the next phase. And it kept morphing and morphing until you're up at the top. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
I need to go the other way then. I'm so curious now. Yeah, I was told that was like the harder way. It's shorter.
the lake is like the harder way.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I better like reinform all the homies
To me-
who were asking about it.
To me, you know, having gone both ways, that's just my personal opinion.
Gotcha.
I think it just feels like you like go through more elevation, like
Yeah.
lakeside.
You definitely do kind of feel it at some point. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm breathing different just a little bit.
Yeah.
The head feels a little funny, but what's that about? And then you like realize, oh, you're on like a mountain. You're gonna be affected by that.
Like how, like going on the adventure, like experiencing nature, how do you come back and draw from that? Or like how does that come and like fill the well to like go and create?
It says, for me, it's like, oh, I get to live out an indie game or
Okay.
like an RPG, you know? I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh, sick.
yeah.
I was in nature. I touched grass.
Yeah.
I got to see the different paths and stuff, and then yeah, it tickles that part of my brain, like a
cool.
little like role play sort of situation.
Yeah.
I was like the kid during recess where me and the homies would be on like a playground and just like role play video games.
Okay.
So I guess it tickles that part of my brain where I'm like, oh, like this is just like Child of Light. Oh, this is like Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, cool.
You know, where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm in a forest like that. I'm like, sick.
Cool.
And then like, or yeah, it'll just remind me of video games a good chunk of the time. So it'll just inspire me to like stay in that. Yeah. And hopefully like get productive with it. Yeah. And then when I'm like hiking with like other friends or with like a homie, I kind of like let them go ahead of me and like they kind of accidentally become reference material.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's always fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that are like you're trying to figure out or solve by using your creativity in your life right now?
To solve? What do you mean?
You know, like, or improve. Like, what are areas that you're trying to improve through creativity? Or, I guess, like, what are you seeking?
I think at the moment I'm like seeking to have all these ideas just like finished and just like put out into the world. And a whole lot of it is just the discipline of just getting it done and just sitting at the table and just doing the thing. But I think I'm at like a point where like I've done all the research and I've had enough life. I've done enough things to fuel what I want to create.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of like creating it now. And like I've got all this material and I gotta distill it down into a key, you know, and like hopefully that'll like unlock whatever, but I'm just trying to like forge the key for what's next. That's what it feels like for me, at least.
What would you like to be what's next? Is it like mysterious?
Yeah, but like it's exciting. I just want the zine done, or I just want to, or kind of like a comic. Just want some like finished pieces. Yeah.
You want to get to like a certain level of completion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely just want completion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like do you really expect like there to be like a different sensation once you've finished certain works?
On some level. Yeah. Like for me, success just looks like completing a project and having it out. Yeah. I don't really expect it or anticipate it like changing my life or like doing anything crazy. I just want something out, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I die before any of this stuff is completed, that sucks, you know? Like that will suck. I'm like, dang it.
Like something I've been thinking about like more so in the past couple years. I think it's just because I'm getting older and stuff like that. It's like this idea that because I'm like a sort of like completionist in a certain way. Like I like the idea of finishing things, you know, having things wrapped up. I don't know what that's about, but this idea that a lot of artists in the past like died with a lot of unfinished work.
That sucks.
And getting to the point for myself where it's like, yeah, there's probably projects like I won't finish in my lifetime. But also like, you know, what's the real balance?
Yeah.
Part of what I'm trying to figure out for myself is like, how can like I be creative and be in the flow, but then also have a life that I'm enjoying. And, you know, just like living life, like with healthy relationships. Because I feel like for me, once I found, like I've always been creative. And in the past, like I struggled to, like I would make projects and then the idea was to like scale the projects with other people. And then when people weren't around, like I would just drop the project, you know? And then take it personally. And take it as like, what is it? Like thinking of myself as not able to like hold the reins of the project to bring it to completion. You know, not having enough energy to be magnetic enough to keep the people around. But it's like, when I found visual art, I realized it's like, hey, I can do all this solo, you know? And then, but that required a certain amount of solitude. And I think previously, like I was trying to, even though I spent a lot of time by myself to like recharge, before I became like a visual art person, I was trying to get away from solitude. And like, I would try and like tune things out by like watching a shit ton of movies or playing a bunch of games or like listening to a bunch of music, like escapism. But then making the visual art was like a different kind of escapism. And all of a sudden I felt like I needed a certain amount of solitude to make the art. And the art became the drug in a weird sort of way. And then I was sort of like, well, how do I have other kinds of relationships in my life if I need to be solo, you know, in order to make the work? And now it's like trying to figure it out. So it's like I don't have to be solo. You know, it's like, or I can be solo. You know, it's like I'm cool with both. You know, more balance.
Mm-hmm.
And like more space to have like relationships. So it's like, because I feel like the work has been great in terms of like learning more about myself. But the work has also been like meant for dialogue with other people, like a communication with other people. And like I had someone ask me like a really interesting question. It's like, if you were the only artist left in the world, like, would you still make art?
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would do certain things differently. And, you know, like, I think I would put more time into certain mediums over others. You know?
Like what?
Like, I think I would do more drawing from life.
Ooh. Yeah.
And I think part of it is like documenting what I'm experiencing. And like that idea of like, yeah, like living with adventure, you know, like living with like a passion for life. But then like creating things that capture some of the experiences, so then I have the memories, and then I can, you know, if I'm not making things to share with other people, is making things to remind me of like my journey, I guess, and like then understanding that I'm the author of the journey. So making the story like beautiful and like something that like gives me energy instead of like drains my energy. Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, no, thank you.
I like that a lot.
But I think it's like I spent a good portion of time like thinking I'm not good, and then I'm like, oh, I'm good. It's like, no, I just got to make this thing, and then I'm gonna get paid. Like, all we got to do is get paid, and then everything's good. But you know, it's like it's just coming from like not the right place. I realized, because it's like I finished a lot of projects, and they were like brutal to like get through, and then at the end of the project, there's no money, you know. Or it's like I've also finished projects that were like commission based, and I'm like helping someone, like I'm assisting someone to fulfill the project, and then we get paid at the end, but it's still fucking brutal. But then you're sort of like trauma bonded, and you're like, yeah.
I don't think I've had anything like that. Yeah.
I think it's cool, like when you can realize, like, hey, like I can discipline myself to make the project happen, and then I think it gives you confidence to like make other things happen, and then you may want to start applying that to like different areas of your life. You know?
Have you always had discipline?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Art is something that has given me like the most discipline in my life.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like printmaking is when I found printmaking in community college, it like changed my life and it gave me the most discipline. And now I'd like to apply some of that discipline into other areas of my life, but then it's just trying to find the balance. You know, it's like, what are the creative practices that serve as the bare minimum to give me the expression I feel like I need? Because I know when I don't make shit, like, I don't feel as good.
Yeah, we have to create.
Yeah. Like, even when I don't have ideas or something like that, like even when I'm drawing shitty, like making myself make stuff, it may be like running the well dry to a certain degree, but I feel better than if I'm just not making stuff.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah, I feel that. That resonates deeply.
Yeah, I feel better making shitty stuff than not making anything at all. So.
Yeah. That's probably why I have like a bunch of like sketchbooks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to draw. I got to create.
What is like the bare minimum of gear?
Bare minimum of gear for me?
Yeah. What's the bare minimum that you would have to let's say you were traveling abroad and or backpacking.
Okay.
And you could only take so much stuff.
Oh.
Like, what would be like the bare minimum and you know you're good?
For survival or for sanity or
for making stuff?
Oh, for making stuff.
For making stuff to a degree where you're like, I know I'll be good if I'm just doing this level of output.
Oh, okay. I thought like, I was thinking like, okay, I need like 5 granola bars.
This isn't like you're stranded, some shit. You're not on a desert island. You're not post-apocalypse type
I could
situation.
survive, I just need to live. Or like, I'm surviving, but like to live though.
Yeah. Let's just say you're going on like a trip.
Oh, okay.
You know? And you're packing, and what's the bare minimum of tools that you need to like...
For art in particular? Yeah. Sketchbook.
Okay.
My trusty Uniball Jetstream pen.
Okay.
That's like in like a 0.3 millimeter. It's gotta be a thin pen. And then also like a brush pen. And probably some like ink refills. So just like those 3 things. Or like those 2 utensils and like a book. And like maybe some ink refills. If I'm like burning through pages and through like pens. That's about it.
So about like 6 or 7 things.
Yeah.
You know, counting the refills.
To create, yeah.
Nice.
And I'm chilling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try and keep it at like a bare minimum with my tools. There was a point in time, maybe it was in high school, and like starting to get into like drawing. Was it also for you too, where like once you're like getting into art, you're just like, oh, like you discover all these different materials, and it's just like, okay, I gotta have all this, and then like a sort of completionist sort of situation where it's just like, I gotta have all these different colors.
Yeah.
And then I gotta have this. Oh, I want to try that out.
Yeah.
But then I have to try all these other things out.
Yeah, I feel like for me, like, because I grew up with my mom and my stepfather. Oh, I dropped my mic. Hold on.
Mic down.
Mic down. Because I grew up with like my mom and my stepfather, and they're both artists. My stepfather is like an amazing drawer, like draftsman. And because I had like a fixed mindset in the past, like I was like, I'll never be like like someone who can draw on his level. So it's like, why even fucking try? And you know, as a kid, like I had certain experiences too that sort of like I didn't understand like growing and cultivating a skill, or like being okay with where you're at, and like enjoying the process or the journey. So like I would give up on stuff before. So like in the past, like certain mediums were just like, fuck that. Like I'm not going down that path. Like, but drawing is so intertwined with so many different mediums. Like if you can draw well, you know, you can really advance quicker in other mediums.
Yeah. I could see that.
And printmaking was so cool to me, and I just had all these different ideas. You know, I didn't want to have what I felt like my lack of drawing ability to handicap my ability to produce my ideas.
I like that, yeah.
You know, I'd invent different ways to get to the outcome without necessarily having the skill set. And but like printmaking is one of those things where it's like I just wanted all the fucking shit. Now that I draw more, like I want all the shit.
Yeah.
And really, like when it comes to physical drawing, like I have enough shit.
Yeah.
Like I got plenty of shit.
Me too. I feel you on that, yeah.
But now that I'm getting into digital work, I'm like, well, it's like digitally, I don't have enough shit.
I need all these programs.
I need these brush packs.
I need not the brush packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I could be learning how to make my own brushes and shit like that, but I'll just buy them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what it'll get to. It's like it'll converge where some of the mark making that I would do and relief printmaking, I'll learn how to translate those into my own brushes, and then I'll be I'll be doing that, and I look forward to that. But until then, I'm gonna keep buying shit.
Yeah, if you took your patterns that you do on clothes and like turned those into brushes, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah, and it's like I understand that there's those sort of nodes that if I figured out how to if I got more skill in that area, it could really connect all these other points to make everything, make all the information come together and create like new flow points, you know? But sometimes I'm just like, I'm out of sorts, or I'm not thinking about it as much as I'd like.
Yeah.
Or my mind is just like off thinking about some other shit.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like really give that sort of quality thinking to, you know, like letting things flow in those areas. How much would you say like technology plays a role in your creative practice? Like, do you have a lot of technology to complement like your analog mediums?
Mostly just like my iPad. At this point, I'm just like, I try and keep it to like a bare minimum, just like my tools. At this point, it's just like my iPad and like Procreate. And if I need to, if I'm doing something like official or like something more finished or more of like a project that'll be used, then like I'll throw in Photoshop and maybe Illustrator. But yeah, I just try and keep it intuitive and just simple. But sometimes digital will get in there.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm not really like picky with like my materials or like what I use digitally. Like for a good decade, now that you think about it, which is crazy for me to think about now, but like I would use Photoshop CS2 and like some like ripped version of like Paint Tool Sci. Those are like, that was it. And like all my online friends would just like make fun of me. They're like, what are you using? I'm like, it's just Photoshop. And they're like, what is that? And it's CS2 and it's just like, looks like Microsoft X. What was the old one?
MS Paint?
No, it was never mind. It was it just looked old, and just like all my friends would just make fun of me for it. They're like, what are you using? I'm like, I'm using Photoshop CS2. And then, or there was a funny time where like I was trying to stream at some point.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What was your handle?
It was also Lonely Tofu.
Nice.
But I was also made fun of on there because just like I was still using like Photoshop CS2. And maybe that would have been like perfect for now, since
what's crazy is like now that's in.
Yeah.
You know?
But in 2017, that wasn't, and like people are like, you need to be on like the latest and greatest thing. What is this? But I'm sure, dude, if I were to get into it now, I could probably like kill it.
You could kill it.
Because it's just like, oh, that's retro. Oh, this is like a form of, this is a software that like you can't even find anymore. Damn, you know what? Maybe I need to bring them back. Yeah,
like now that I'm like interested in like creating a digital like branch to the practice, my creative practice, I'm looking at like tech, and
like I recently just like rebuilt an old computer, and like I'm learning about like Windows and shit like that, and like how now like Windows 11 is so like bloated, and it's got like AI and stuff like that. And,
Oh, does it?
and they're gonna discontinue like service for Windows 10 at the end of the year. So it's like, when I got my old computers like running Windows 7, I was like sick, like all my shit still works.
Yeah.
And honestly, I could have just like ran it and just gotten straight into my programs. Was like, oh no, I need to upgrade it. It's like, and then I upgraded it, and then I lost some of my programs, and then I'm like, oh yeah, like the service is gonna run out. So I'm like, what's gonna be the future? And it's like everybody's moving to Linux because of PewDiePie.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, like what's gonna be the framework? What's gonna be the stack? You know, that I can use in like 2 years. And it's like looking to see if I want to build like a Linux computer, like. But I'm trying to keep things minimal and small, you know.
Yeah,
And,
I feel that.
You know, it's like I don't want to build like some crazy rig unless like I get off into something nuts. Like I want to. What's cool is like my rig is like old enough that like I don't have to drop that much money to upgrade it. So I'm gonna upgrade it, and then I'm gonna get into Blender to see if I can start taking some of my clothing designs and rendering them in Blender. So then.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Then it's like.
Are you making like 3D models of like clothes and then like throwing your patterns on them? Is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that would be sick.
So then it's like another way for people to interact with the ideas of the clothing, and then also the idea that like, because I've struggled with like acquiring models, or like having models like show up for dates and stuff like that, like where there's like a photographer and like having everybody like on the same page and like getting everybody together at the same time. And I know that I can like pull that off in the future, but then also just the idea of like, well, how can I do it solo? Sometimes I don't feel like right to, you know, model my own stuff, you know, and have it like look crisp, or like give it that kind of perspective. So I'm thinking like, oh, like, yeah, let me make digital models. And then that'll just be like another way to look at the clothes, not like the way, but another way.
And like a whole other like medium too.
And then the idea of like importing the clothes into virtual worlds. So it's like maybe I can get my designs in like some game or something like that. You know, like I've been talking about it a lot, even though I haven't played it that much. Like Bomber Cyberpunk, I think it's super cool. Like, you know, I don't have like the same amount of time to like play games, but I think it would be dope to contribute to games that inspire people to like get back out into the world and like live. So just like having the art be analog and digital, it just depends on like how much time it takes, but that's an idea I have.
It would be also like a dope way to promote a project too.
Well, I feel like, you know, like Balenciaga was doing that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And, you know, everybody has like a bad taste about Balenciaga now.
Yeah.
But Balenciaga was trying to do it in a very specific aesthetic way.
Yeah.
And like I have my own ideas about aesthetics and like collaboration, you know. Balenciaga even made like I still don't want to play it, the video game. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're
It
talking
sounds so
about.
sick. Like it sounds lit. Like, how do you get to the rave in the forest? Like,
It's so high art.
yeah, it's very highbrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've been thinking about like, you know, like what's the bare minimum in terms of tech that I need, you know, and like what's a rig that I could take moving into the future where it's like maybe I can just keep it offline, or, you know, something small. I don't need anything crazy. So And even the idea of like, oh, if I get like, if I get more gear, I can give away the old gear, and then I can have a minimal loadout. You know?
I think so.
Yeah, that's sort of like
know what you're
pipe
talking
dream. You know?
I like to just run things to the ground.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, when you're feeling like creatively blocked, like, how do you feel like you open up like the flow again?
Definitely hanging out with friends usually helps.
Yeah.
Listening listening to music or watching movies or just different things that inspired me back then. That tends to keep me going. A sort of like remember who you are kind of situation. So, and just trying to remix that and like refine it.
Cool.
Tends to be a lot of that.
So is there like a particular era that you like to draw from in terms of time? Like you'll go back to a certain time period to sort of draw from to like fill the well back up. Is it like that? Or is it like things that sort of spin off of that? Like things that are like connected by association?
A bit of both.
Okay.
A good chunk of the time I'll like there was like a period of time where I was just like I feel that I was like creatively in my bag where I'm like I was unstoppable but also I was like super antisocial but like that was it. I'm trying to like get back to that but also I'm trying to remind myself like the cost of that was like like mentally I was just not at my best at the time but creatively though I was on fire, bro. But it was lit. I was like hermit mode and everything.
Yeah.
Didn't have any friends. It was sick. But I'm just trying to like look back at what I was into back then and then kind of revisit those things and like see them in like a different context now because we're like years later. And then also like I start to rediscover different things about them.
Yeah.
So it becomes a whole different rabbit hole in itself. Yeah. You ever like I guess this also like comes back to fashion as well, but or do you watch The Casual?
The Casual sounds familiar.
It's this YouTube channel where it's this dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Where he just talks about like Japanese fashion.
Yeah, and it's like I think Japanese fashion is so popular right now.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, keep asking before I get into anything.
I just like try and take that approach with like my art and creativity where I'll just like, I don't want to reinvent anything or like introduce anything new, but just like dive deeper and deeper and deeper into like what initially I was into or what I enjoyed or what made me happy until it's like something like unrecognizable but still familiar. Like take instance like a pair of jeans, for example, like a pair of like Levi's jeans. In essence, it's just a pair of pants that like fade over time. But like the Japanese have like dug so deep into like what makes these jeans like where like they get into like the nitty gritty of it. Like like there's like we're gonna make these jeans, but this time we're gonna use like flat felled seams for like this side of the pant, or like how about like the cotton? What if we used like long staple cotton where it's like more durable and it's just, or like what if we use like natural indigo this time instead of like this synthetic stuff? And it's just they get so like into the details, but still just trying to like recreate the spark of like what initially made the original thing be. So I guess that's kind of like me with like my own stuff, where I'll try and like recreate like what was it about that time that like really got me going, because I feel like there was something there that I'm trying to like grasp at, but I can't come back to. But I'm okay with that. I'm definitely, it's not like, oh, woe is me, I'll never have that ever again, but it's more so kind of like, how could we recreate that in like a different context and kind of like remix it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like this is like the best fucking line from the whole podcast. Because it's like, I've never thought that within Japanese, I've always known for a long time that they're really good at refining things. Mm-hmm. But I've never thought about it in terms of like, they really hold the idea of the essence of something in mind and focus on it mentally and possibly emotionally and spiritually.
Yeah.
While they remix it. And it's like, I've had those moments in my life, but I think that is like pure gold. Because I feel like just the idea of being able to maintain your focus in that way in today's culture is like hard.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So it's like, how are you able to like zone in on that for yourself? Like how, because do you get distracted easily?
Yeah, 1000%. I will get distracted easily.
Yeah. Like how do you recenter? Do you leave like breadcrumbs for yourself? How do you refocus on the essence? Like, how do you bring it back and like hold the idea of the essence once you've figured it out for yourself, and whatever area or regard that you're trying to remix something? Like, how do you? Is it like you're just holding on to the feeling, or?
It varies on like the context, you know. Like take instance, if I want to like redraw a character or like redo a design, I'm trying to like figure out like, oh, what was the silhouette of that?
Yeah.
Or if I'm trying to recreate a feeling in like a drawing and like really refine that, I'm like, oh, like what was it about, like let's say like those eyes, that like how did I draw those that like that felt so emotive? I'm trying to like perfect that, and I guess that comes back to like how I draw in my sketchbooks, where I'm like, how did I draw that hair? How did that? What is about this shape that I'm like, oh, I'm so into that, and then like, but then that becomes like a different thing. Where like, oh, but then I like that, and then it becomes this rabbit hole of like, oh no, like I get lost in that sauce, but it becomes like a weird like dance.
I like that.
Yeah, where I'm just like trying to figure out like, what is this, and then I get so like, it's so alluring, and it stays so samey, I guess.
Yeah, that's like really beautiful. I like that you phrase it like it's like a dance, because it makes it seem more playful. You know, and like knowing the rhythm, and like maybe when to step back for a second, and when to come in.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's better than like the idea of obsession, because it's like you're giving it space to breathe, or you're knowing how to like flow with it or jam with it, instead of like obsessing
It must
over
be
it.
this.
Yeah. It's like the healthy version.
Yeah. I hope I'm dancing with this. You know? Yeah, I guess it is. It's dance. Yeah.
What's the difference for you between passion and obsession?
I think passion. What is the difference between passion and obsession? Because passion, at the heart of it, comes from the root word patai, which means to suffer. Yeah. Passion for sure is like my heart's in it, and I'm like really much in my feelings with it. Obsession is like, or I don't know. I think the difference between like passion and obsession for me is like, obsession, like there's an end goal. There's an end goal and I'm gonna see it through.
Yeah.
But passion, it feels like I'll never get it. Yeah. Or I acknowledge that there's not gonna be like a complete end, or I'm not gonna feel a complete end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like obsession, there's an end to beginning and a beginning with it.
Mm-hmm.
Passion, I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Oh, it's limitless.
Yeah, it's limitless.
Passion
for
is
sure.
limitless.
Yeah.
Obsession is limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Or at least that's how I view it for now.
Yeah, I can rock with that.
It could change at some point.
It'll change once obsession mode
Yeah.
kicks in.
Yeah, dude. I think I'll stick with that. Like, obsession, there's for sure an end to it. Yeah.
Do you feel like you ever romanticize like unhealthy artist habits?
Oh, 1000%.
Can you like see for yourself like what would be like the healthier version of that could also be fun? Like, does the idea of like the healthy version of the unhealthy habit ever seem less fun?
The healthy version of the unhealthy?
Yeah. Does it
tends
ever
to be.
seem less fun?
Yeah, usually.
So are you ever able to imagine it being healthy and fun?
No. For
Okay.
now, no. For now, no. Maybe it's an age thing. Possibly. I don't know.
Like a jaded thing?
Yeah, I feel like if I'm jaded, I'm just trying to, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like for me there's more passion than there is obsession at the moment. So a lot of things are unhealthily seen. So I'll romanticize a lot of like the unhealthy artist habits to like an nth degree.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, like my definition of passion is something that is like life sustaining,
Yeah.
you know, and life nurturing.
That's a healthy way of putting it.
Well, I feel like a lot of people define passion as anger
Oh, really?
or like protest.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like
That's
anything
interesting.
that's fiery, I think people will label
As passion?
passionate. And I don't think that's the case for me.
That's so interesting.
Because to me, I think passion is like you actually care.
Mm-hmm.
And when you genuinely care, I don't think you want to burn it down.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that includes yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to burn yourself down in like a passionate expression of yourself in relation to said person or subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where obsession, I think you'll totally burn yourself down,
Yeah.
consciously or unconsciously. But like, I think a lot of people like experience like a disconnect from their emotions, where they're just bored with their fucking life. And that's fine. Like, I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm living some of that right now sometimes. You know, it's like, shit is not what I want it to be. And it's like, you just sort of look for anything
Yeah.
to like, sort of like give you some juice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful that I've had like experiences where it's like, I've gotten the juice and the juice made me feel alive in a way that it's like, oh yeah, this is good for me. Instead of like, I'm fucking alive right now, like, like I need some more. You know, like you just sort of like want to ride the edge
More
a little
now.
bit. Yeah,
I need more.
Or like you want to crank it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think like passion is just like fire per se.
Dang.
Yeah.
I never thought of passion with like temperature or like whether it's hot or cold. I always just see it as like a distance sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I think of it in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've mostly associated it with the element of fire,
Interesting.
but then also very much like an internal feeling.
Uh-huh.
Like, sometimes, like, I think sometimes I also associate it with standards.
Oh.
You know, it's like, and in instances of like, this is something that should not be compromised on. You know,
Yeah.
like, no, like, there's a line right here, or it's like, no, we gotta take it to this place.
Interesting.
I don't think like my like relationship with passion really is about like mediocrity. You know, I think experiencing mediocrity has made me more passionate. It's like, this ain't it, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's like, I think a lot of experiences of this ain't it has like propelled me into action in some regards. But, you know, it's like, I was talking about this with Juan last night. You know, some people are charged up to do stuff by having rivalry, or like having oppression, or like having an antagonist. And not to like, you know, talk shit on any of those people or anything like that. You know, I think that's good in certain instances. But let's say like you have someone who's sort of like that, who feeds off of like an antagonist. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna show you like what happens when you don't have an antagonist, or it's like your antagonist is more ambiguous.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, do they still have the capability to produce and evolve, you know, in whatever field that they're working in?
I would hope so.
I think that requires a certain level of like evolution sometimes, you know, because then it's like you're not reacting, you know, you're not doing something as a reaction, and you're not doing something as a desire to receive like a certain kind of validation or certain communication from an external force. I think it becomes like a more internal game.
When you don't have like an opposing force, when you don't have an antagonist.
When you don't have like a defined external opposing force.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Annabelle wrote down some questions.
Oh shoot.
I feel like this one is hard. So her question was, what fashion trends do you predict for 20 years from now?
Oh dude.
I feel like that's an impossible question unless you're really tuned in.
I don't. I'm so locked into not.
What about
doing
a
trends.
year from now?
Year from now?
Do you feel like you could do something a year from now?
No.
It's sort of crazy right now.
Everything's kind of on the table as far as
Yeah.
fashion goes. I'm just waiting for like a Tumblr revival sort of situation.
I see it.
Not skinny jeans, but like just certain aesthetics.
I feel like Tumblr could come back with a fall of Instagram.
Yeah.
And you know, like, I feel like websites and blogs are gonna come back.
I would hope, dude.
Yeah.
I love blogs. Blogs are sick.
I think the blog scene has really shifted to, what is Substack?
Substack.
Yeah, I haven't really
What's
been
that?
on it. It's like where you pay for people's writings. But I feel like a lot of people that were blog or blog adjacent have like migrated to Substack, and because it's sort of like pay to play, I haven't really participated. But I think a lot of information is there. I just don't see denim going away.
Yeah.
I feel like denim will still be here like a year from now.
Oh, for sure. I think so.
I don't know.
I would think so too.
Maybe in 20 years linen or something? I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say with
20
fashion
years
trends.
is too I don't think I called anything 20 years ago.
I would hope maybe we have more like evolved versions of recycled textiles.
Yeah.
Like, I would hope that we would have more experimentation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, like that apparition leather that's made out of like banana peels, you know, something like that. Or like, oh, we used the pulp from oranges to make this like fiber. Like, that would be sick. I would hope that like we have like really funky new ways to dye things.
Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's some jeans that I saw where like they're the inside, the weft yarn, which is like the more lighter color of like jeans, usually like the inside, they're like dyed with like persimmon.
Oh, really?
And it's like really sick. And then like the outside is like indigo, the warp yarn, which is like the exterior that's like seen on jeans. So like I'd hope we have like funkier things like that. Yeah,
that would be dope.
Something sustainability. You know.
Yeah, I would like to see, like, in the next couple years, people having a more intimate relationship with their clothing, like understanding where it's coming from. And then, like you said, more sustainability. I feel like that's a buzzword that's been thrown out for like the past 10 years.
Yeah.
But like, just when it comes to the growing of the materials that are used, the raw materials that are used to create the processed end product, I hope that there's better, systems for that. And again, like more recycling of old garments into new garments where it doesn't look like shit. Like it's actually some dope stuff that you'd want to rock.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, I hope there's more evolution in shoe and sneaker design. I feel like sneakers have been rocking the same designs for like the past 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you
personally.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yo.
I feel like there's like this emerging market of like barefoot shoes.
There is.
But it's like the design isn't quite there yet.
Yeah.
I want it to be more fucking Italian spacey.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. In some regards, and then I want it to go in completely other directions. I would like to see, I love color, some more color in shoe game. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That would be dope. And like I have all these books I haven't cracked open. I feel like we could spend a lot of time just talking about more shit.
We could, honestly.
Yeah. You have to come back on.
Yeah.
If you feel like
That'd be fun. I'd be down.
Because I know like nanotechnology and clothing is like a whole world that people are exploring. And I don't know anything about that.
Oh, dude.
So it's like...
You want to talk about technology and fashion, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is... Yeah.
Like, I have whole books like sitting on my computer that like I haven't even cracked. And I know that'll be a whole thing. But it's like, if that becomes a thing, I want to see what the low-tech ideas are. Like the organic ideas. The non-tech evolution of ideas in clothes.
I want to see like tech things like become analog, or, like somehow become analog in some way.
Because there'll be like temperature regulation and sensors and stuff like that and monitors. But it's like we want to get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about like electrical currents and electromagnetism and how it affects the body. And then how like the relationship between the body and the earth, some like real hippie metaphysical like science stuff.
Oh, I never thought about that part.
Related to materials.
I just want to look cool.
Yeah, I want to look cool too. But it's like this fucking pair of shoes like helps me like stay more focused and like helps mitigate like picking up like I don't fucking know like excess electrical charges into my feet.
Yeah, that would be wild. I never thought about that side of things.
It could be real cool.
It could be real cool.
So I got 2 more questions.
Yeah.
What is, I feel like this is a good one. What is / when have you ever experienced abundance in your life?
Abundance.
And it can be an abundance in regards to anything, you know, any area.
I feel like that last year when we went to Getty,
Getty was dope.
I felt like there was like an abundance of like love.
Yeah,
It's like the simplest way I could like put it. It's also the most complex, but I feel like there was like an abundance of love that day. Like, yeah, you could. Yeah, the day could have gone forever. I'm like, yo,
that was
it just
a
didn't
lit
want
ass
to stop.
day. It
was
kept
sick.
rolling into cool shit, into more cool shit, into more cool shit.
It was a movie.
It was a movie.
It was a movie.
We were in the fucking flow.
Yeah.
That was
Just
lit.
all day.
Yeah, I would love that. Like, extrapolated. I don't know if that's the right word, but it sounds cool. Extrapolated into like other locations. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, the gang did LA, maybe some more LA stuff. Gang does New York. Gang does Chicago.
Gang goes in the wild. If we
Gang
went
goes
on like
in the wild.
if we went backpacking,
Gang goes to Mexico City.
gang goes backpacking,
Gang goes yeah, backpacking sounds dope.
that'd be sick.
That would be sick.
That'd be so fun. Yeah, I felt very abundant that day.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I rock with that. So we got like 3 minutes of tape left.
Oh, lit.
I want to ask like can you answer this in like less than 20 seconds?
I'll try.
Or 30 seconds?
I'll try.
How do you lock in?
I don't. I
Okay.
don't know how.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So how can people find you online again?
Instagram at Lonely Tofu. Maybe Twitter at _LonelyTofu_.
And do you have any website or anything like that?
Not yet.
Okay.
I would hope. Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully someday.
Yeah, you'll get it. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Josh. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Taylor. Thank
Cool,
you,
man.
thank you.
And
It's
if
an
you
honor.
want, oh, thanks, dude. If you want, you got to come back on.
Dude, I'm down.
Yeah,
I would love to. Dude, we could
Cool.
talk about forever.
All right, this has been Good Ass Conversations. We appreciate y'all.
Good ass conversations.